Hello and welcome back to TV34 Multimedia Productions. This is Tony Morgan, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Glide Gear camera slider. Piece of equipment that you can use to get some nice pan shots or do some close-up work with it. Smooth from sliding from one side to the other. The Glide Gears is a nice piece of equipment. I got it probably a couple of weeks ago for $59, believe it or not. And it's really nice. It's very simple and easy to put together. It's not too heavy, not too light, but it's very portable. It's had two legs on it that you attach real quick and easy. And then it has the plate that you mount the tripod or the camera on. You can mount the tripod on the bottom over here, and then you mount the camera or the head on the plate here, and you can adjust the track so it moves nice and smooth. It's self-lubricating, so you don't have to worry about anything breaking or anything like that. And with the legs being on the end, it stops it at the end, so you don't have to worry about it falling off. So it's a nice piece of equipment to add to your arsenal and play around with, doing a lot of different camera work when you're doing stuff like shooting close-ups or shooting plants. I use it a lot for doing my product photography. So with a lot of my fishing gear, I always photograph it and do pictures and video of it before I take it out and start using it. One of the things that I want to talk about today, though, is that of all of the videos that I've seen about the camera slider, no one really talked about, at least I didn't see anything, about how to mount different types of cameras and how to mount it on the Glide Gear itself. So that's what I want to talk about today, a little bit about using different heads that you can put on it and mount to get the results that you want. So first, I'm just going to use the ball head that I have here. I already have my GoPro attached to it, and I'm just going to screw it on here. And one of the things that you want to do is make sure that you get one that's sort of a fluid head that you can move it around and everything a little bit, because mounting it on the Glide Cam, the camera, if you just mount the camera by itself, it doesn't always position the way that you want to. Say, for example, like this now, the camera is pointing in the opposite direction and I want to have it facing the camera. So with this particular ball joint, I can just angle it around just the way that I want it. If I want to angle it down on the product, I can just do that, tighten it up, and I am ready to start shooting. I'm ready to start recording nice smooth action from side to side. So you can see how nice and smooth it goes, and it takes a little bit of practice just to get it the way you want. But this is a nice way, and as a matter of fact, let's just do a little test while I have it on here. I don't know how much lighting I got, but we're just going to test it out and see what we come up with. Maybe I can show you some of that B-roll footage on it. And just have it roll by nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Looks very good. Then you can just come back the opposite direction and do the same thing. Okay, we'll pause that. Now this is using my GoPro mounted on a ball head adapter. Let me just, and then the other thing too, like I said, with this you can adjust it pretty much any kind of way you want. So if you have it mounted on a tripod, you want to shoot straight down, I can just adjust the ball head and I'm good to go. Just that simple. I'm good to go. I can position it any way I want to get the results that I'm looking for. Take this one off, and I'm going to show you another one, another way to mount using your cell phone. Now what I'm going to do with the cell phone is I have what's called articulating arm that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to clamp it. I have my cell phone already mounted. Now the Glide Cam does come, let me just tighten this up first, but it does come with a cell phone bracket that you can use to mount your cell phone onto it. So I've got my articulating arm that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to clamp it right onto the glide gear. Clamp it on nice and tight so it doesn't move. And I've got it pretty much positioned the way that I want it. And we're going to do the same thing. Just loosen up the glide gear and just slide it from side to side. Just slide it from side to side and record the way you want. You got nice smooth action. You don't have to worry about anything at all. And like I said, if you want with this particular, you can adjust the articulating arm to get it positioned exactly where you want it. Just tighten it up and just go right back to recording again. Get just the results that you're looking for. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. It's a really nice piece of equipment to have. And I'm going to show you one other piece that, one other mount that I use. And this one that I'm going to show you next is one that I use that has, it's a little bit heavier and it's great for mounting DSLRs, camcorders, little small camcorders and things like that. So let's lock this in, take this off, and then we'll mount that one on real quick and let you take a look at that. I'll move that to the side. And this is the next one that I have here. As you can see, it's a lot bigger, a little bit more weight to it. Let me just get it mounted on here. Bear with me 1 second. Let me get it mounted on. I think there we go, right there. Let's see. There we go. And this one will pretty much do the same thing how I was talking about. It's not necessarily positioned the way that I want it, so I can just use this and just turn it around, facing where I want to shoot and how I want to shoot. Tighten everything up and then just loosen up the glide gear slider and just go from side to side. Recording the same thing, getting the same results that you were getting before. And with this is also with this particular one, if I want to do different angles, I can do that. I can angle it up, slide it across to get footage like that. Or if I want to angle it down, I can do the same thing. I got my handles where I can just move it along nice and smooth. And then the other handle that I have, I can move it different angles. I can turn it from side to side if I want to, you know, and just get different results, different shots, different angles, just to make your video look a little different, get something a little unique to the video that you're working on. So many things that you can do with this, and that's one of the things that I like about it is it has a bubble head level on it, so it can let you know when you're nice and level and even. But this little piece of equipment does a great job, and I would definitely recommend it if you want to shoot, you know, stuff like this where you get a little bit more creative with your photography and just doing something a little different. So a great piece of equipment, like I said, it's lightweight. It's not something that you can really put in your camera bag unless you have a long bag, but it's easy to carry around. You can throw it in the car, or you can even throw it on a backpack if you want to, and it may stick out a little bit, but it will hold in place and you won't have any problem with losing it or anything. And just take it out, set it up, you know, mount your camera, and then, you know, a couple of minutes you're ready to start shooting. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, just to give you a brief overview of how to mount different things on the glide gear camera slider. Like I said, it's a great piece of equipment to have, and you know, at that price of $59, you can't go wrong with it. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was informative for you and give you a little bit of insight or information on what you can do with it. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and provide feedback and information regarding the video. and continue to watch us for more stuff coming very soon. I'll be talking about a couple of other things that I got recently. The Parrot teleprompter, I'll be talking about that soon, and some other stuff. And then we'll get back into fishing. That's one of the things that I want to do. I've got some equipment that I'm going to pick up and try to get the kids out and do a little bit of fishing. But again, we're going to get back to the glide gear. Great piece of equipment, highly recommend it. You can't go wrong with it. I purchased it at D&H out of New York. So make sure you check it out. Let me know how you like the video, what you think. Hopefully this time around I got the audio sounding a lot better than it did the last time, because I'm doing everything by myself. So look forward to hearing from you. Keep in touch. Get out and have some fun. More than anything, be creative and enjoy what you're doing. We'll talk to you soon.